All right, Middle-Aged White Guy Reacts is back again today with another episode of my migraine-induced Throwback Thursday. If you didn't watch my last video, have had a migraine all day, so I can't do songs that I need to think for. So I'm gonna do old songs that I know. Like I said in the last video, I'm not going to go through the whole thing again. I need to distract myself because my wife has my two children at a water park and I was supposed to be there and I'm nervous. So without further ado, though, this is 3-6 Mafia. Anyone out there? The last song was a lesser known artist from my youth that told a story. I want to stick with that theme. I want to show you what rap used to be. Okay. So this group is your typical clubbing group. I mean, this is, this is club songs from back in the day, essentially. They were, their songs always had like really heavy bass lines, very clubby type of beats to them. And, not every song that they made had a message. They really weren't message based to begin with. They were your typical 90s, 2000s gangsta rap group, right? But this song is the story that they tell in this song is crazy. Okay. And like I said, I always love music that tells a story, gives a message, has clever wordplay or metaphors. That's what I'm looking for out of music. So anytime there's a song that has a story, as opposed to, like a political or a societal message or an important message, I'm fine with that. And I enjoy it. I enjoy interpreting the story, following along. And I love when rappers can tell a story from start to finish in like a 4-minute song. So that's what this is. This is a story, and this is a pretty crazy story. So without further ado, let's get right into this one. This is 3-6 Mafia. Anyone out there, off their Chapter 2 World Domination album. This came out around 1997. This is a typical 3-6 Mafia beat. Classic 3-6 Mafia beat. Well, they're really milking that intro, really. I don't remember it being this long. It's funny. Tom McDonald has spoiled me, right? Because if you're familiar with Tom McDonald, who I've done a ton of videos on this channel, he jumps right into the song. All right. He might let the instrumentals play for 3-4 seconds and then jumps right in. We are 45 seconds into this one. So this is, they're going to tell this story in about 2 minutes by the time they get going. And it's still, though, covers a lot. It's crazy. It's a crazy story. We're about to hopefully get into it in the next couple of minutes here. So, starts off, a family was slaughtered, essentially. And he's saying he's turned his back to God and the things he's cared for most. The police arrive to find butcher knives and bloody bedposts. So this man has killed his whole family, okay? Went off the deep end, went nuts, and killed his whole family, butchered them. The police come, and they're taking him away now. He's on the floor soaked in the evidence of the violence or whatever, So he has the blood stains all over him. There is, you know, he's caught red-handed essentially, right? He's caught red-handed. There is no probability that anyone else did this except for him. Okay, so now he's in an insane asylum. A few years have passed. So obviously they went through the trial, found him guilty, found him, you know, not fit or psychotic, I should say, and have put him in a mental institution for the rest of his life. Now, a few years have gone by since then. A few years have passed. I am an adult. I feel better now. So he did this as a teen, as a young child, whatever. And now he's an adult. He has, you know, struggled with his mental health and is feeling better. All right. He realizes, he knows now exactly what he's done, why he is where he is. And he, you know, he now knows, like, I'm not psycho anymore. So. No matter that I tell them that, I know there's no way they'll ever let me out, or however he put that. So, you know, he's saying, hey, man, like, I realize now that I'm well, there's no getting out of this now. There is no getting out of this. I am stuck here the rest of my life. I rot in this dread. My only world's the one in my head. I hate psychotherapists. I walk amongst walking dead. Every day is every single day. Giving ways to escape. Okay, so, you know, he hates his psychotherapists. He's walking amongst walking dead. Everybody's heavily medicated there. You know, it's like walking with zombies all day, you know, because he's in there with the other patients. And he's just been plotting ways to escape. All right, so he's saying, hey, you know, I just want to choke him out. I want to just go off and kill people and bum rush my way out of here. But I know I'm just going to be in a padded cell, and there's not going to be any way that I can accomplish that task. All right, so he's getting cool with the old-ass maintenance man. Told him if he helped me out, I'll put a lot of papes in your hand. He's going to pay him. He's like, oh, he'll tell you. He'll tell you. Hold on. This man, I told him if you help me out, I put a lot of papes in your hand. I stashed a lot of dough and dirt before a nigga left. And if you help me out when I get out, I give you half on that debt. All right, I stashed a lot of dope and dirt before I left. And if you let me out when I get out, I'll give you half of that, basically. I'll give you half on that there. So he's offering him, hey, man, like, you know, I stashed money. I have tons of it. All right, you let me out, I'll give you half, man. We'll split it 50-50. So the guy has agreed. Meet me at basically in my cell around 8, and we'll discuss the plan. Check it, pops. You gotta get a shovel and a pine box. Put me in the ground and dig me out once they talk to the cop. Okay, so say you need to get a shovel and a pine box. You put me in the ground and then dig me out once they talk to the cops. So he wants this maintenance man to bury him in like the yard of the institution. Okay, so bury me out in the yard or whatever. Bury me in a box. Everyone will look for me. They'll search high and low. After they talk to the cops and everything calms down and they believe I'm not in the facility any longer, dig me out. Dig me out. I'm gonna need a slight in the ground and dig me out once they talk to the cop. I'm gonna need a slight overdose of some motherfucking sleeping pills. So while I'm waiting in the dirt, I won't breathe up the air in here. So he needs a slight overdose of some sleeping pills. So while he's waiting in that box, he won't breathe all the air in there. All right. So he wants to slow his respiration to help conserve the oxygen that's in the box so that he could survive long enough for the investigation to happen and then for the maintenance man to unbury him and let him free.
Sleeping pill, so while I'm waiting in the dirt, I won't breathe up the air in here. Sneak in the office, get the keys off of Dr. Malik, and while you doing that, I'll take the pill so I fall asleep. I started feeling my awareness fading away. I could slightly hear all the dirt getting tossed onto the pine crate.
Okay, so at this point now, they are implementing the plan. They stole keys from Dr. Malik to let him out of the facility at a later date. He has taken the sleeping pills. He's feeling his awareness fading away as the maintenance man is shoveling the dirt onto the pine box.
I awoke and did my square weight.
All right, hold on. You have to get this. This is.
Feeling my awareness fading away. I could slightly hear all the dirt getting tossed onto the pine crate. I awoke and did my square waiting to be freed. But from the light I seen someone killed the maintenance man and dormant with me.
He awakes in his pine box waiting to be freed. But from the light, obviously there's a way for him to see out. He could see that somebody has killed the maintenance man that's dorming with me. Somebody found out about the plan once he buried him, killed the maintenance man, the only one that knows he is buried in this box, alive.
But from the light I seen someone killed the maintenance man and dormant with me. I'm scared, is anyone out there? Damn, I'm scared, is anyone out there? I'm scared, is anyone out there? Damn, I'm scared, is anyone out there?
Boom. He's scared. Is anyone out there? Because he is going to slowly suffocate and die buried alive now. What? This is what rap used to be like. I mean, they used to tell stories. Like I said, it's just a morbid story that he's telling in this song. And they took like a couple of minutes to tell it. But I mean, how wild is that? Like how, could you imagine being in that situation? Like I am a horrible claustrophobic. And the thought of being buried in the ground with no one to unbury me and let me out, and that scares the shit out of me, I'll tell you that. Anyway, that'll do it. There's your Throwback Thursday, 3-6 Mafia. Anyone out there? Middle-aged white guy reacts is out. Peace.